My name's TJ.
And I'm Nikki.
I'm Brady. I'm 7. I'm Beckett. I'm 4.5.
Shortly after we got married and we were living in an apartment in Aurora, we decided that we wanted to take the venture into home ownership. We were looking at the credit report, and the report was showing us that we had over almost $90,000 in student loan debt. We were stretched pretty thin on a month-to-month basis. We were having to dip into our savings account just to cover our monthly living expenses. 13 plus years, 14 years that we were going to be paying on these student loans, and the payment was just getting higher and higher. So we decided to make a change. We made the choice to sell our home, and we paid off some debt right away with the sale of our home. We didn't get much out of it, but we actually ended up moving in with my in-laws, Dave and Karen, Nikki's parents, and that allowed us to get on the track of starting to knock out some of the student loan debt. Through this process and through this experience, I think we've learned to really rely on God and understand what His plan is for us.
The first few months, it seemed like we didn't have the money that we were hoping was going to be there. So it really took some really strict planning and a lot of strategic decisions to make it all work. We tried to cut down on going out to eat and being wise with, not just going and buying whatever we want at the store, but really trying to make decisions based on what our true needs were. It wasn't easy, but I think that through really planning, we were still able to take these guys to Disney last year, and TJ and I were able to go on a trip for his 30th birthday. So we were still able to do these things without sacrificing everything.
You start to get encouraged because those first couple months were extremely frustrating, where we were something would come up, or doctor's appointments, or something would happen with the car, but it started to make a huge difference when you started to see that debt amount start to creep down and get lower and lower. Crept down to under 80, and then it was under 60. And then, I never thought that I would ever see it under $40,000. We set a goal to be paid off by Christmas of 2017, and we just made our last payment like 2 weeks ago.
December 23rd.
Yeah, 23rd of December. Still, I don't think really has sunk in. I still actually log into the account just to double check that it's at zero. It's an unbelievable feeling, unbelievable weight off of our shoulders. Hopefully establish ourselves better so we can serve better, we can give better, we can be better stewards with our money, with our family, with how we serve. It's been extremely humbling, and there's been a lot of lessons learned a lot of patience, perseverance, blessings through perseverance. It's hard to put it into words, the feeling that I have to be debt-free, but it does make you just want to run around and scream and shout and be happy because it's an unreal feeling, and I'm just glad, we cut out. We paid off the loans when Brady's in first grade. Originally, if we would have followed through, he would have been just graduating high school when the loans got paid. So that's definitely a huge blessing to us, and God's provision through this has just been unbelievable for us.
It was our joy end of last year, 2017, around Christmas time, to see them reach that goal to become debt-free. One of the really cool things has been Papa time in the mornings, and Dave has had the opportunity to
with Brady and Beckett.
invest with Brady and Beckett, some real sweet times with them early in the morning when the rest of us may not even be up yet, but Papa's at the counter in the kitchen and the boys crawl up and they're ready for Papa time, and Dave has had the privilege to be able to share Bible stories and act out stories and teach them truths from the Word.
A lot of perseverance, a lot of very intentional choices to stick to it. It was a long time. A joy for us to be able to watch them accomplish that goal and to be able to celebrate and cheer them on.
It's been great to have that support there and to be able to talk to them and to pray with them and just converse with them about those things and challenges that you might face. Like I said, it's not ideal to move back in with your parents,
with a family,
with your family and your kids and everything. But I can't really think now where I'd be if we hadn't done this. We were fortunate enough to go through Financial Peace University. It gave us a lot of tools and resources that allowed us to better learn how we can budget and plan, not only in our situation in paying off debt, but also in the future, once we decide to save for a home and get into our next home. And really what it allowed us to do was better understand where our money was going, how it was being spent, where we can better allocate some of the money to better give and to better serve. And also too, an important part of it that I wasn't expecting was that we were able to get our life insurance and some of our disability insurance, things that we were lacking. We've decided to approach our next home purchase a little bit differently and want to consider, making or doing a 15-year mortgage instead of a 30-year mortgage. Those are focuses that without Financial Peace, I don't think we ever really would have got into or thought of.
So when it came to generosity for us, we felt that we had to make the commitment to give first in the beginning of the month. That was the easiest way for us to be able to give back to God what we really felt we should. He was faithful along the way. We were tackling an enormous amount of debt each month, and so sometimes it felt scary, but we just had to put our complete trust that He would provide. And in that and our giving, we saw the fruits from that, and He was completely faithful. We were really excited to be able to do it, and it's been a huge blessing for our family to be able to continue to do that. And hopefully now that our debt is gone, we will be able to give even more, continue to be faithful to the Lord.
We're debt free!
You're silly.